Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from Nona's Nutty Crafts. And today, what I thought I'd do with you guys is, because everybody's having some craft shows coming up that they're going to be doing. So I thought I would show you some of the things that I do for my craft shows. So we're going to start with my little binder, my little Bible, as I call it. So in here, one of the things I will have is what I call a craft show, sales log sheet. And what it has is an item number or a SKU, what it is, I'm reading backwards, the price, and the total of the sale. Because let's say it's $60 and then you got to add tax on it. So I have that. And I also will write the word C if it was cash, S if it was square, or that's the only two I take at craft shows, is cash or square. I don't do checks. I don't do Apples or PayPals or anything else. That's the only two things I do. At the bottom down here, it has a total and it has a space for saying notes. So I can make notes saying, oh, this was a good craft show. I sold more of this at this time of the year, whatever. Or people may have said, hey, do you have more of this? Or could you bring more maybe next time? I also have the name of the event and the date that it was up here. Then what I usually do on this, too, I'll put how much my entry fee is for it, just so I have it on there. And as far as that goes. So that is one thing. And I put that in the front of my binder when I'm ready for that craft show. The next thing, which I will have already typed up, but as I'm doing it, as you can see, I'm working on mine right now, this little scribble here. I have this, what I made up. And again, anything I'm showing you, you don't have to do it this way. You can make up your own thing or don't do anything at all. It's really up to you. My hair won't stay because I had a hat on, so now it's like hat head, and my dog's growling because it's snowing out. This is a number, a description, price, and if I sold it. Kai Platz. Somebody's running by. Sorry. Kai. Thank you. All right. And this is my way of keeping track. I have this, I'll have it all typed up. I have extra sheets in case I forgot to, put a number on something, or SKU, you can make it a SKU number. I call it a number. And I'll show you how I do my tags so you'll understand this better. But I have blank sheets of this in my binder as well. In case I miss something, I can add it onto there. Or if I run out of my craft sales sheet, I can use this or another one of these, but I usually like to use these instead. So those are two things, and I'll have that all here. The other thing I do is I will have made up anything I'm going to display with a sign. So right now, Easter's here. Bunnies, eggs, if you have a lot of ornaments, whatever it may be. So this is from Christmas, but I made up a sign. I had lollipops, ornaments, and I had them in a basket, and I put them in, and I had the sign hanging off the basket. I have shelves now, so I'll fold this in half like this, and I had light up lanterns, and I said they all lit up, and this would sit, on the shelf like this underneath the lantern so they would see it. If I had something like this was another thing I had sitting on a shelf, I had these little snowmans, and I had the price of them. So you can do things like that. I've done these all on Canva. Simple, easy to do. You don't have to make them in color. You can do them whatever. So I make sure any of my signs, I have them all made up. And what I do, I have these little sleeves, and I put my signs right in the sleeves in the beginning of my binder so that I know I have to put these out. Oops. So then I have the craft share log and an extra sheet. Oh, there it is. I knew I had pulled one out. An extra sheet. If I need to. Then I have what I use, and like I said, I keep this all in the binder, and I have a little tote that all this stays in all the time. I never take this out for anything. I have a craft show checklist. Now you can make this whatever you want it to say, okay? I kind of divided it up. I took some ideas from what other friends had given me, and then what I needed for me that I thought would be good, like if I have, I'm bringing a canopy. Okay, I got to bring the canopy and the weights to go with it. Do I need the panels to go down the side? You know, is it going to be windy, you know, or something? So I always have one panel, which is usually the one I put in the back. And depending if I'm indoors, I may put that as a backdrop behind me to kind of block the people from behind me a little bit. But I don't necessarily use the side ones or the one in the front. A fan. We know how hot it is setting up, or if you're outside, make sure you have a fan. If you haven't any lights that you want to hang up, I use these little pocket lights, and you just tap them when I set them on the tables, and it shines up this way from the table rather than worrying about electricity. They're battery operated. Works for me. If you need power strips or extension cords, you can do that, and you know, if you're going to pay for that. Tables. How many tables? The most I ever take is 2. I take 2 6-foot tables. Sometimes it's 1, depending on the season, if I have a lot of stuff to put out. Now, because I bought the grid walls, they're like 2 foot by 2 foot. And I can set them on the table, so it's like 4 of them, and I bought the shelves going across. And I'll show you all that. That will be another part that I'll show you. I can put that on the table, so I get more up going up on the table rather than just laying it on top of the table or using just crates. This gives me more up. I can put hooks. I have shelves I can put in there, and it's really helped a lot as far as that way. And it makes it look better for display. So tablecloths, covers, whatever you want to use. Some people just go get the Dollar Tree or the Walmart ones. I think are a little bit cheaper now than Dollar Tree, the plastic ones. So you can put that on it. You can do a regular tablecloth. You can do the ones that come down and hook on the bottom of your legs. So up to you. Any signs or stands that you're going to have. Like again, I showed that. I have different signs, which they're all downstairs, but that's going to be another thing. The little emergency box, as I call it, that I take to the show. That's going to be another video I will show you. Any clamps, any crates that you're going to use, shelving, as far as that goes. If it's a tiered shelving thing, any type of table displays that you need, mantles, whether it's fireplaces, hangers, hooks, whatever. And of course, make sure you have your products. That's a number thing. So that I call the display part. Then I go into the business part. And in the business, you're talking about bags, business cards, a business card holder, a recipe book, a receipt book, in case, God forbid, your phone, your iPad, whatever, your electricity, you can't do it. I have handwritten receipts. I get their credit card number, and then when I can go out or whatever, then I make sure I tally it. It gets charged into there. The sales log, like I showed you in the beginning, the SKU sheet, you know, keeping track of numbers and stuff. Office supply counter, if you have a counter you're going to use to keep, you know, do all your sales on, you know, as far as that goes. Square, if you're using the Square or whatever processing machines that you're going to be using there. An email sign-up sheet, which I have in here. And what I have it as, I could just show you probably in here. I'll take it out. Hold on. Oh, come on out, come on out. There we go. I just have name and email on there. That's all I have. And I'll have, well, these are numbered because I numbered them. I shouldn't have. You can just handwrite page number 1 or 2. These are just extras I have in here. You can have that out on a clipboard with a pen. So if you can do a raffle, which I'll show you. This is one I did a while back. And let me take it out because this one's harder to get out because I put it on cardstock. I had a clipboard and I had entered to win. And I had a chance to win one of our 2 giveaway drawings at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Just sign your name. This was at a festival, so it ran past 6 o'clock, needless to say. Just sign your name and email, and we will give you a ticket. We require you pick up your item by the close of the festival, since we cannot ship. You need not be present for the drawing. And that's what I had standing up there. And everybody that came to the booth, I say, hey, did you sign up? Did you sign up? So they were required to give a name and an email. And for this particular one, we had phone number listed as well. So that's something you could do. Custom order forms. I have those. Again, make it so it works for you. Again, I took what some of the friends gave me of theirs, what they did. I made what works for me. So on here, I have the date it ordered, when it's needed, the customer's name, address, phone number, email, a shipping address, and then the order information. What am I making, or what is it, you know, that they're buying and then I need to ship. The total, subtotal, tax, and etc. are down here. And that's all that it is. So it's not a lot of stuff, but it's good stuff to have, you know. I lost my page here. You know, when you're doing something like that at a show. Somebody says, hey, I need a, you know, can you make me some bows? And you don't have all the bows there? Take an order. And if it's you're at a local craft show, they're probably going to be local, close to you. They can come pick it up, or however you want to arrange for them to get it. Make sure you have enough cash. A clipboard, you know, like I said, for the entry if you're doing emails and stuff. Cash container or a purse. I wear a purse around my neck thing. I keep my money with me. I don't put it in a cash box. It's usually just me, because if you get busy, I can't keep track of that cash box. That's just me. Money stays with me. Any type of Sharpies, I always carry in my thing. Sharpies, pens. If it's over $20, I have a little counterfeit pen. I put a mark on it and it shows a certain color if you think it might be counterfeit. So I won't take it. Batteries, notebook, a blank notebook too. Any notes I may want to make, and then I can always add it to that other sheet. So that's what I call the business business side of it. Then I have personal items that I may want to bring. Chairs, cooler with one of them, drinks or snacks, a repair kit, you know, for my displays, whether it's a glue gun, scissors, pliers, anything like that. Baby wipes, because, you know, you get dirty. I carry hand sanitizer in my thing. Medicine, Band-Aids, notebook, cell phone, chargers for your phone. Very important, because you're always at the fair and you never know. If you're using your phone all the time to do your sales, or your iPad or whatever, your battery always goes. You know it does. We did signs. I even had it, now this was just hand drawn, when this is our truck. This was from a Christmas, and I kept it. I kept how I actually packed my truck. What went in the bed of the truck? What went behind? What was this one? The front seat, the front floor, the back seat, the back floor, and what was hanging in the truck. Because for me, what helped me was getting in a, what is the word? Like a repetition. You know, doing it the same way, so then it becomes easier and easier. So I've kept it. Now that I know how I pack my truck, I don't really need that, but I kept it. So then I have, you know, big signs, little signs, custom order, and then the most important thing that you should always have. Now mine has changed since I did this one, because I have a QR code. I have this, and I say I accept all this. I've changed it where I have the QR code, and then I have this, you know, these off to the side, so that they know those are the cards I take, as far as that goes. So this is what I keep in my binder all the time. And I have some blank paper, you know, here as well. All right. So we're going to do the SKU sheet, because that's where I am right now. And I'm going to show you how I do pricing. Now, the first thing I do is I am going to get my business cards. Now, you can do this however. I got one of these little ticket gun things, tagger guns, whatever they call it. And I make sure all my wreaths have my business card on it. Some people do it different ways. You can do it where you put the price on it. However you want to do it, it is up to you. But this is the first thing I always do, is to make sure every single one of my items has this, okay? The next thing I do is my tickets on prices, okay? I'm just picking up one because this is what I have them. I don't know if I can change this around once I've changed it one way. I don't think I can. So I'm going to flip you, so be on guard, all right? So this is my table right now. I have prices that start, because this is all the wreaths. I'm going to do some with you. but I have prices starting from $30 and it goes all the way around up to $125. And you can see I have my ticket gun. I have my, this is my box. This is where I had you guys standing over here. My box with my business card. These are other tickets of lower prices that I'm not using right now. This is ones if I have a set of 2, 3, then I may use extra blank ones, my Sharpie, my pen. And then of course I have extra, a lot more of these little gizmos too. All right. So let's go do the first thing. I'm going to grab a wreath. I'm going to say I'm going to put you in another spot. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to price and tack. All right. So hopefully this will work so you can see me. All right. So let me go get a wreath. We're just going to grab one. All my wreaths, when I store them in my house, they're always in a bag. And I have it on a wire hanger. And this is going to be loud. So I'm going to try to move this away so you don't hear it. So this happens to be one of those wreaths that I did like this. Okay, so I will go and I'll make sure I'll fix everything first, even though I'm not at the show right now, to make sure if I have to trim anything or whatever on my wreath. I have it on a wire hanger. I give them the option on this particular one to either use the frame on the hanger, or this one I gave them also a little loop if they would like that. For me, because the way I hang my hangers in my room, I hang my hangers all the same way. I know, petty, right? All right, so I'm gonna lay this down here because I gotta grab a business card. And I don't have a table up high enough. Can you see on the couch? You probably could. Just hope you can hear me from there. Got my ticket gun. My tickets, I put my business card all the same way on everything. And I'm gonna find a spot. I try not to do it in the bow, but if I can, if I could do it somewhere else so that if it leaves a little hole, you're not gonna see it. So I'm just gonna pick one of these little ruffles and I'm gonna tag it in there, just like that. So see, there's my business card. Now the next thing is, I gotta decide what is the price. Now we're just gonna play here because I didn't bring my iPad down. And so I don't know when I had this listed at in my Etsy shop. So we're just gonna make up a price here for right now, just so that you guys can see how I do it. I'm gonna just take that off because it's easier for me to hang. So let's just say we're gonna make this one $25, all right? So as I showed you on my table, I have my things. Well, we're gonna start with 30 because that's the least one I have here right now. So now with my numbers, on the back of every single one of my numbers, I have this. It says NNK, which stands for Known as Nutty Crafts, and it has a number. The reason why I did this, because I've done a couple of shows where I've done it with friends. And if we have the same tags and our handwritings might be similar, then we're going to know if the tags get messed up, oh yeah, that was mine and I sold that, kind of thing. So that way we keep our money separately and stuff like that. So that's the reason for that. As well as when I write it on the SKU sheet, I have 152 and I'll have the price in the description of it so I know what I sold. For me, if I just put a price on it and I sell something for $30, I'm going, what did I sell? I don't know. So that's why I do that. So we get our SKU sheet. And on here, I'm going to write the number 152. Okay. And it's going to be, price is going to be $30. And I'm just going to call, I'm going to say, whoops, let me put that there. I'm going to call that ruffle, patriotic ruffle. So patriotic ruffle wreath. I usually just write W because I know it's a wreath. And it has USA ribbon, so I write USA. And that's what I'm going to write. So that way it helps me to kind of remember, because you'll do a lot of patriotic maybe, and you'll forget what is what. And then I'll take this. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And I'll slide it through the ribbon, the loop on the ribbon. I will really try to slide it through the loop. And put it through and slide it. Now, some people like to put the prices, attach it to the card. They'll do something with their card. They have the price, rip off half the card. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Up to you. I like to put it on the bow somewhere people so that they can see it, so that they don't have to ask me. But if they do, that's okay. So then I'll have it. So for right now we're going to move to another area. Okay. And I have here this. Now, of course, I will have this back in the plastic bag. And I have one of these rolling thingamajigs. And I start putting the wreaths and all that I want to take to the show. Now, I also do totes as well. That's another story. Doing pictures and everything. And that's what I do. So that way, I'll take my wreaths. My wreaths are stored. We have a storage room downstairs. And I'll start taking the wreaths out, that whatever season it is. And that's what I do. I start tagging them, bringing them up, tagging them, and logging them. Then when I do that whole SKU sheet, I will have that all typed up because it's easy to read my writing once it's typed up, not scribbled. And I put it into my computer and do it that way. And that will be another part that we'll do for this, because there's a lot of parts, because craft shows take a lot of time, y'all. All right. So that's one way of doing or helping you log things and getting ready for your craft shows. So if you have any questions or anything, please go ahead and make a comment down here, down below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. And please like, follow, share. Do all those goodies, because this is all good things I think everybody can use, and take the little bits out that work for them. And I think it just helps people. All right. So thanks for coming to Nona's Nutty Crafts, and I'll see you on the next one of the next step of wreaths for craft shows. Bye.